Speaks Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Hosted by me, Mareen, on RCI.
Wonderful. So here's what we're about to start our She Speaks for this morning. We're about to start the show for this morning. There we go. I got frightened. Oh my God! Don't tell me my thing is not there. Right. So guys, we are now live, and it's Tuesday. It's around that time of day, and it's yet another time for us to rope in another amazing St. Lucian woman who is doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Charting courses out there. Setting foundation, breaking barriers in many instances. And we have one such with us this morning, and we are very, very happy. When she walked in the door this morning outside, the excitement was on because, she's just a wonderful spirit in that of Porcia Gustave. Porcia is just coming back from the Bahamas where she shattered everything. Listen, that was a personal moment for her, and she said, listen, I didn't come all this way to not make my point, because I've been trying to make my point. It's a perfect opportunity to make my point, on body positivity and all of these things. And Porcia shattered, and she captured the Miss Plus World title on behalf of herself, of course, and her mission, and also on behalf of St. Lucia, because it was an island representative thing. So she did just that. Plus, she's an educator. So let's take a word from our partner, the First National Bank, and then when we come back, obviously, we're going to start the conversation right here, because a lot of you probably know Porcia, but do you know Porcia? That's the question. A lot of the time you think you know people, but when we come back, we're definitely going to be connecting with Porcia on that very intimate level, and we hope you're going to stay there. You're going to join the live first up, but you're also going to share the live with your viewers as well.
All started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Right, and amazing. And here we are now. It's time to kick off our conversation here this morning on the program. Let me say welcome, Porcia. Congratulations. Listen, I call her when she wouldn't reach home yet. I call her all, but I said, girl, you did it. It was so exciting when I got the news. I yes. Yes. So that's a huge one. And you have been at this for quite some time. But we're going to come back to that in a minute. But let's just wire back down a little bit to your earlier years, where this all started. Before anybody knew this Porcia, before anybody knew this is where you were heading, this is the amazing person that you were going to be transitioning into. Let's take it back down to childhood. What was it like? What sort of a household? What are some of the principles you believe that are contributing to the amazing person you are today?
Well, for me, I've always been one interested in
Yes, a little. Yes, good.
I've always been interested in the arts, and as a little girl going to Teacher Nika preschool, I always used to be part of the talent shows along with, and I could remember a few of the ladies like Mabi, who is still into pageantry right now as a chaperone, and even Shama, who now lives in Canada. But all of us, we were always at the forefront in the preschool carnival band and going up for the individual for the preschool carnival and the talent shows, you name it, whatever came about. You were there. I was there. I've always known myself to be at the forefront when it comes to anything on the stage. So even growing up as part of the Shamalayan Dancer Sub, been dancing for a long time, from let's say 6 until even my adulthood. Right. So I've always been part of all of these things, drama, choir, you name it. So from there, it was always wanting to be on a stage. I went to secondary school. I participated in quite a few pageants there as well. I won the Lawen Creole one year. and it's just really been pageantry and always wanting to be on the stage for me.
Right.
My aunt always used to say that I used to take her heels and walk around the house with it, so they always knew that was where I was heading.
You was headed. Right. Now, we want to talk a little bit now because you're an educator as well.
Yes.
You're an arts teacher, and you do some amazing work there with your kids because being passionate about the art itself,
Yes.
pun intended, the art of being able to use that medium to ensure that your children grasp the concepts that you're trying to impart on them is something you're quite skilled in.
Yes.
You're quite skilled in. Let's talk about you getting into being a teacher. It's one thing to have a passion for the arts, and you could have gone on to do anything else. You could have gone like your arts teachers and gone into your own business or your drama or something of that sort. But you decided to take it back into the school walls and the school setting. Was that strategically chosen, or it happened?
I think it was. It happened. My aunt is also a teacher.
Nice.
So I always think like I had the wrong mother. No, nothing bad about this.
We understand.
But I always I always followed in her footsteps. And she was a teacher here at the RC Boys and I was a young girl. And I was like, I want to be a teacher too. I want to be just like her. So.
Right.
It was a passion of mine too to always become a teacher and then to live the dream now. It just says a lot that once we go for whatever it is that we want, we can accomplish it. Yeah. When I first started teaching at the Gordon and Walcott, I started off in kindergarten. Then I also went on to holding on for the special needs teacher. And then I taught grade 3 for quite a while. And my past principal, she said, you know what, Miss, I think we having you in the classroom is not allowing you to fulfill your passion completely. Right. So she decided to put me in the theater arts class, and from there it has just been, okay, let's just do this and do this and do this. So I think that I'm now in the right position, although I still miss teaching the entire class, but now I have the whole school to teach, so I still enjoy it.
You still have a bigger impact, a bigger reach. Right. Now we're going to talk a lot. We're going to talk about the titles and them because there's a lot and there's titles and, we can't fix a crown a little bit. Yes, it slides. Yeah, fix a crown, But we're going to talk about that and you're getting into pageantry. But what I wanted to spend a lot of time on is something that is very passionate to you, and it is something that you use your platform, especially your pageantry platform, to advocate on, and that is the body positivity. You're a plus girl.
Yes.
You're a brave plus girl, and I'm quite confident. And I think that is one of the things anybody who interact with you instantly gravitates towards. Your confidence is so rich, and it's admirable, and it's no wonder that God is using you to help others to navigate their own insecurities when it comes to the body positivity and how it is that society may sometimes be with us. Let's talk about that. You were always a big girl?
As far as I know, yes, I have always been. And I mean, at first, it was a bit of an issue because I'm like, hey, girl, nobody don't want to be no fat girl. And,
so you had your confidence.
I had my insecurities in the beginning, and then I was like, oh, but then look at how your legs are getting big and your tummy is getting big, and I was always one who wanted big boobs, so the boobs was never an issue. They came in a bit later than my friends, but they came, and I was always a fan of it, so I'm happy God blessed me with it.
Right.
But everything else seemed like a bit of, this, that, and I mean, sometimes I still complain about, my arms and all of this.
Crude,
and people in society could be a bit cruel to us as well. And for a while, I just had to understand that, girl, this is you. You have to love you for you. If all of us had to be the same way in the world, it would be a boring world. So God created us in his own image and likeness. Just love yourself. And I had to find that within me first.
Right. When did you start getting into this sort of awareness? When did you start making
So-
this bold decision to say, listen, God made me and I am beautiful, and you know, when did you started to really resonate and make these bold statements to yourself?
And that was like when I started working. So that was like maybe around in my early 20s, I had to understand that, you know, this is you.
Yeah.
It is you. You cannot be like everybody else. You have to love you for you. Do you. Don't let anybody steal your shine. And I mean, I've heard persons out there. When I started modeling with Leah Yard, she
Right,
had
yes.
Cover Tour modeling agency.
Nice.
And, you know, certain times she would approach for funding, assistance, whatever, for her little shows. And people did not come out to do it. And I always used to hear her in the background, oh, you know why? Because we're plus size. And I'm like, but listen, there is the Miss Big and Beautiful pageant that used to happen. It was a fundraiser. And that just died down. And she said, why do you think it died down? Because, again, people don't support plus size. And there was one gentleman who, I'm not going to call names, but
problem.
I remember him saying a day, he came to an event and there were a few of us plus size models modeling at that show. And he said, I would never have a show and have plus size women in it. Why are we promoting obesity?
Ooh. Oh, really?
And I was like, wow.
Wow.
And I said, you know what, Portia? You cannot let that person tear any of y'all down, you know. And
Right.
I mean, I saw the expression on some of my colleagues' faces where, you know, because it's like, but we are just as good as the petite ladies. And I don't think we should be comparing ourselves to the petite ladies, because there are things that they will wear that will fit them excellent. And there are things that a plus size woman will wear that will make her look the part.
Absolutely.
So you making that statement, it just showed me the level of ignorance, I will have to say,
Right.
that we have in this place.
Right.
And
it prompted that passion.
at
Yes,
that point,
yes.
it prompted
Fuel,
that passion.
fuel.
And I remember clearly my platform, I decided to put it out there for the public in 2017 when I went to a Calypso tent. And, you know, we all know cashew nuts, the young
Yes,
lady.
yes, yes.
So she, you know, she came in at intermission and she was like, cashew nuts, pistachio. And a gentleman said to her, how much is the cashew nut? She said, $6. Oh, last year it was $5. This year is $6. What's the extra dollar for you to buy KFC? So she said the price of everything went up. He's like, oh, no, don't worry. By the next tent, you won't be able to pass through the door. The money is to buy KFC.
Wow.
And we all know her to be this bubbly person.
Nice. Such a
And
nice personality.
I have never seen her go into a shell. This young lady went into a shell because she felt embarrassed. Her face turned, you could have seen the redness in her brown skin.
Wow.
And I said, no, you know what? I'm going to take that case for myself. So I said, some of y'all don't know when to tell people what and how to say it. I said, you're looking at the girl there, she probably healthier than you. Your cholesterol is
Absolutely.
probably to the roof and she's quite fine. Oh, so he said to me, oh, you just shut up there because you're not far from her. I said, I didn't tell you that I have a problem with my weight.
That's right.
I said, you see me there? Look at me. I'm confident in my skin and
right.
healthier than you too. So I had a lady who was there that she used to play netball with me. She said, Portia, no need to take it on. No need to take it on, because some people, no matter what you tell them, they'll always be ignorant.
Right.
But I
you
felt like
the
I
need
needed to say
because for
something.
Too long. We were,
Too
I'm glad you
long.
said
We
something.
have to stifle, and then
Yeah.
I'm in my head, I'm saying, Lord, you don't even know. You have just said that to this young lady.
And you don't know
You
what
don't know
could have been a
what
last
she's
straw.
facing. You don't know if she's going through a depression. You don't know if when you just made that comment to her, she could have gone home and committed suicide.
Exactly. You're right. You're so
we
right.
we are so quick to jump to conclusions, and I say that we have to learn people from the inside out rather than the outside going in, because she could have been going through some medical issue. It could be medication that she's taking, and here you are just breaking her spirits in front of everybody.
But whose idea or whose decision it was that this was the normal size, or this was the accepted size, or this was the.
I'm waiting for somebody to tell me.
I don't understand where we really did
Yes.
do ourselves some injustice in this regard. I mean, there are plus size people who are very healthier than some of these skinny ones. Listen, don't play with me. I have seen it right there in the gym. I'm seeing some of the endurance that some of the heavier or bigger person can do. A lot of these skinny people are blowing hard. But you get me?
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I am really glad, and I think that your mission was a divine ordained one, because God needed a passion like yours. God needed a person like yours. With an understanding of the whole thing, to be able to be a voice. And I don't think it's by chance. Let me go further to say I don't think it's by chance that you got over yours later on as an adult, but you're now in the settings of children.
Yes.
I think that is also very, very strategic, and I don't think it's by chance either. So I think you have been placed in that position now for you to teach them or give them that level of self-awareness and self-acceptance from a very tender age, so they don't have to wait until they reach adult to know what. So I think, wow, look at this. This unfolding nicely.
I think it is, I mean, in the situation at the point in time for a reason, and I don't think it's just a season either, because we have to learn that anything we go through at a point in time, we can use it as a stepping stone and as a teaching example for others. So if we use these young children to accept who they are from now, nobody is going to break their spirit when they get older, and they're going to know how to treat people with respect, regardless of shape, size, color, height. They are going to be able to respect people.
Wonderful. That being said, you're also a student at South. You're doing your bachelor's, right?
Yes,
you're doing
I am.
your bachelor's in education. We wish you the best there as well.
Thank
now,
you.
let me come back to the moment, because you have been so actively involved in pageantry, like you said. This was a passion from the time you were young. When was it again? Let's just link, because for how many years, to take part in pageant, you had to be a certain size, a certain this and a certain that. You have broken barriers within that regard and that right as well, shattered them rather, and continue to make the point again. Do not play with us, Don't play with us. Don't try to put us in any barrier. And this one title that you've just got back with is quite a big one. So let me give some little insight and some little scope. This title was held, this competition was held in the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
And we had people from all across the globe.
Yes.
Let's go there.
So, upon registering for the pageant, we didn't know how many ladies would have been on.
Right.
As the times progressed, there were 29 ladies. Now, this is not the regular pageant where you will see everybody in the same space.
Right.
So there were 29 ladies. We had different challenges that we had to complete, which would have allowed the executive director and the team to do their elimination process.
Nice.
It did boil down to the final 6.
Right. And you were
And
there.
I was there for the final 6. And then it went down to the final 4. And again, I was there in the final 4. However, this pageant, though, has 2 competitions in one. Okay. So there's Stellar World, which is for the regular size ladies. And a lot of our pageants, they don't allow women with children and all of this. But this is not that kind of system. So there's the Miss Stellar World for the petite girls, whether you have kids or not.
Nice.
And then there's Miss Plus World for the full-figured women. So 2 pageants in one, and they did break down from the 29, like I told you, for each category, and then we became the final 4. So the final 4 now competed for the overall best evening gown, best national costume. But we already knew where we stood after 2 were eliminated after the panel interview, which is 7 minutes of questions being thrown at you, and you just have to answer. Modern day, about your platform, about you, about your country, and it's just thrown at you. So you don't have, okay, well, thank you for that question. No, just answer and wait for your next question, and you just go and go. So after that, that's where 2 of them got eliminated, and then it became the final 4.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God. Wow. Right. And all of this was happening in the Bahamas?
In the Bahamas.
Right.
Yes.
Over a span of how long?
We had, well, the pageant week, we had 1 week of Spirit Week that I was still here. So we had to do the videos and post them. And then there was the final week of national crowning and sashing, and then, you know, different activities with the panel interview. This thing took place in the Bahamas for the week of the 12th onwards.
Right.
Yes.
What would you say? I'm trying to get a sense, you know. Is it sort of like the whole, like the Miss Universe and stuff, where they spend a lot of time in terms of your humanitarian work or
Yes.
causes that you advocate on? Ooh.
They do. So that's why you have your platform. Every woman who comes into this pageant system must have a platform. You must have something that you're passionate about.
Right.
And you have to be able to show that you have been doing work on your platform. And a lot of people saw my impact video that I posted after, because that too was also judged the same time as panel interview. So I couldn't let it out before. So I did post it after the fact, but it is being judged, because we need to know that, okay, we sash somebody, they are passionate about whatever it is they're saying.
Yes.
They are doing work.
Yes.
Because a lot of people may come and they may say, oh, I'm passionate about
mental
mental
health,
health,
that.
and then you don't do anything. What's the point?
Yeah.
So they need to know that you are doing work as it relates to your platform. So all of these things are being checked. They are looking at your page to see what you're doing. They're going to ask you for little clips, etc. So
wow, I
yes.
like that. Now on the final leg now, and coming down to the crowning, what was the moment like? What sort of a setting it was? You know, I wanna go there. Go there.
So it really was, as much as, okay, we knew the girls after from panel interview, we met each other, and I'm like, okay, Lord, I have to go out there, and I still have to give my very best. As much as we know there are 4 crowns, because we are all under different age groups and categories, but you have to still give off your best. You want to give off a good show.
Yes.
You want to represent your island to the best of your ability. So I'm like, oh my God. And then Richard is there, and Richard was there as my chaperone. Big up to Richard Ambrose. And yes, so, you know, he's like, Portia, relax. You know, you just have to maintain yourself. Trust in God. You know, he didn't bring you this far to forsake you and leave you behind. So, you know, let's just go. And listen, there were tears. There were times that I felt like, listen, I just want to go back on a plane and head back home. I don't want to do this anymore. Aww. There were these moments. And you as a pageant girl, if you do not have those feelings rushing in you, you ain't ready for a pageant yet.
It's not scary enough.
No, it's not scary enough. So I'm there and I'm like, oh my God, one little bird on the shoulder is saying, girl, you got this. You're the only saying, girl, you better just go back home, give up. And then I'm like, no. And then Richard is in my head. So Richard is like, you have this. You could do it. You prepared for this. You've waited so long for this.
Nice.
Just go out there and give it your very best. You've had persons who have helped you. They believe in you. Go and make them proud.
Nice.
So that was what was keeping me through each segment. And, you know, it's like, oh my God, the adrenaline rush behind, because every time you get off the stage now, you have to get into the different segment.
Yes.
So for us in the Plus World category, we had the Haiti Couture. So after opening number, we had Haiti Couture. So, you know, you're going to the Prime Minister's wife, little tea party. You have your fascinator.
Yes,
you have your lovely dress and all of that. Then we had national costume, and then we had evening wear. Wow. So because we already did so many questions for the the panel interview, there wasn't an on-stage interview aspect.
Right.
Yes.
You would have right.
Yes.
So more like a display on that night.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. And then announcement time, and the winner, and our 2020 it was 2025 2026 Miss
Plus World is Porcia Gustave.
Come
so
on
I was
now.
like, okay, so you've worked hard for this. This is it. You got it. So I'm like in my head, all right, so South Africa, to St. Lucia. Let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
And you know, it was really surreal. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, girl, you did it, you know, after all these years of, you know, trying and pushing and all of that, you did it despite all the obstacles. You did it. So there is actually a Miss Plus World, because she's representing the age category 19 to 34, which is more along the youth age.
Right.
And then there's the Ms. Plus World, which is ages 35 and up. So, you know, I did it for us ladies, 35 and up.
Come on now, even more significant.
Yes.
This is amazing, because you see, it is removing that stereotype and that barrier that continues to make persons, you know, question or limit themselves or whether or not they're worthy of being beautiful. There's no limitation on this.
None
so I'm glad that this exists. Now, what does that mean? What does your reign now, as part of your reign, what are some of the things that you have to be engaged in? And
I have so much in store, Maureen. I have so much. And my royal court, well, we call ourselves the royal court. So the 4 queens, we are going to try to work very closely with each other, whether it be, some of them are already making plans to come here.
Nice.
So yes, we're going to get involved in a lot of charity work, and I want to continue, you know, pushing my children first to understand and accept that they are uniquely different, and then also work with the adults, especially the women who lack that confidence in themselves. I want them to know that they can accomplish anything they set their minds out to do. Don't let the words of others get to you and bring you down. But my very first project, and it has been laid on my heart for a long time now, is to give at least 2 persons a makeover.
Wow.
Just so that they can get their confidence up to the roof. And I'm starting firstly in-house, which means that I'm starting at my school. So I definitely have identified one of my colleagues, and she is all for it. And definitely next week we are going to be working on that transformation. And when I say transformation, doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, the makeup and all of this, but you know, sometimes it does contribute to building your confidence, because you're like, oh, but she's so pretty, and how can I can't be like that, and whatever. No, I'm literally doing this with her so that it can boost her confidence, and she knows that, hey, you are beautiful. You don't need anybody to tell you, oh, put makeup or do this or do that. No, I'm only doing the makeup aspect of it for her because I know it could actually help boost her confidence. And she's definitely getting a photo shoot at that too.
Talk to me nice.
So, you know, listen, she is going to get the whole works. And I was not even aware that her birthday would have been the following week. So what better way to treat her? So now she has photos to post for her birthday. And, you know, look all dolled up and just enjoy the moment. But it has been laid on my heart to work with a few women to get their confidence levels back up, or even to build it with them, and then allow them now to realize that I have accomplished and I could help somebody else.
That is it. I really love this. Portia, you're amazing. Who else is more deserving? And they understood perfectly well the assignment. You deserve this. You deserve this win. When persons heard that, I don't think anybody was surprised. And that was not really a surprise. It was just a celebratory kind of, we knew. That's our girl. We're not surprised. So congratulations. And we want to take the opportunity to continue to wish you, all of the strength, all of the endurance, and the passion to keep, on that path, because it's needed. It is a void and it's needed. And I think you're well placed, because it's one thing to want to assist people in a light, but you're not reaching them. But you have that ability. People tend to like you a lot, and they tend to gravitate. So you are well placed in order to help people to get over whatever hindrances in self-confidence or whatever else they might have. So I just know that this is a day. This is God. This is God giving you one. Anything you want to leave with us before you head on out?
But even before I go out, Maureen, you know, I already got an opportunity to model in a fashion show in
As a result of
Grenada.
that- Come on, girl.
Listen.
You want to go in the home now? You want to replace
Well, I need to go back home too because my dad was Grenadian anyway, so this is like my second home. So
no, you want to go home
but
for good.
Trisha Grant has Trisha Grant has
That's my
invited
sister.
me to
That's
her
my sis. My
yes,
sister.
so she has
Yeah.
invited me to her fashion show, which is either
She's
in March
amazing.
or October. So
She's amazing.
definitely
She made it in a couple of years ago. She had made it here at the front page of the She magazine.
Yes.
Trisha is amazing.
She
She's a
is,
designer.
she
She and I went to
is.
school together. We like family. So when you just tell her, yeah, she said, oh.
Yes, so
It's a good thing.
that's already making waves. Yes,
I
so
love it.
I'm really going to just bask in the
Yes.
title, but I don't want to be a silent title holder.
Yes,
I want
right.
to be out there. So again, if persons do want to come on board and they want me to come on board with them on whatever project it is, I am open and willing and ready to, because I want to stand out, let the brand stand out as well, and let ladies know that there's still hope for them. It doesn't even matter your age.
Yes,
The
yes.
last title holder of the Ms. title was from South Africa. She was 50.
There you go.
So
There you go.
come on, there's no age limit. You feel like you still have it in you, go for it. And ladies, do not let, it doesn't matter your shape, your size, your color, do not let anybody make you feel any less than you are, because at the end of the day, you are who you feel you are. You are worth whatever worth you think that you are. So if you feel like $1 million, then you are $1 million.
Absolutely.
Don't let anybody tell you, oh no girl, you $5. Tell them, no, you're the $5. I'm worth more than you are, because you're trying to break my spirit.
Yeah.
No, so I could break yours as well.
Absolutely.
And we just have to love ourselves and just we need to break that stigma about body negativity and body shaming and all of these things, and accept people for who they are on the inside out and not on the outside in. That's just it for me.
That is it. That is, and on that note, you are absolutely amazing. Portia is a doll. Absolutely. We've got quite a few people trending with us. Miss Plus World is,
I
yes.
see Randika on there. That's one of the
Randika's-
former queens.
Okay, that's it. Another one is here.
And Miss Plus World come on, yes.
Okay, Curtis Lee is also there.
Hi, Curtis.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
very
me,
much. It was
Mareen.
honor. Definitely an honor, and we're here. We're not
Yes.
going anywhere. Certainly. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank
love.
you. I will.
Definitely. Wow. Listen. Yes. And there's a lot more to come. I know. It's in the blood. Certainly. Well, guys, that's our show for today. Come next Tuesday, we'll be back here again. We're doing another show, and we look forward to you joining us. Thank you to the First National Bank. See what your support is allowing us to do. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. That is also my time for today. It's 5 minutes already after 11 o'clock. We'll make it 6 now. And Hyper D is going to be coming up next. Stay with us.
All started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
The National Insurance Corporation is now even closer to you. We've opened a brand new branch at the Blue Coral Mall in the heart of Castries.